Reading are you on the complete? Okay. From what I'm picking up, Luana, you're going through a lot of struggle of fighting depression, fighting struggle, where the pathway for you to go in your life, what should you do, how your future is. From what I'm seeing, there is emotional struggle between the hardship in your life and the emotional desire that you need to go. You are struggling a lot with emotional physical depression, that you're trying to find your way and see yourself in other people, but it's hard because everywhere you turn, people around you tend to have some kind of condescending judgment, verbal or mental, and there is abuse of relationship that you are experiencing, especially with the health struggle, and that you I want to perceive to be happy. Therefore, you hard it's hard for you to open up, whether it be emotional or mental or physical, because of worry about being condensing language being imposed on you. That means judgment from peers or from loved one. Therefore, you feel very very depressed time in your life, and you seek basically salvation in making connection with people higher level, higher viewpoint, but the people surrounding in your area, the family, the extended family, they only have judgment, and therefore you have to play a certain role to not get their judgment on you. And people definitely gossip back and forth. It create emotional drama, which you definitely don't want to be a part of. So it scare you all the time. That's why you hide a lot under the veil of not speaking, of not interacting, because you worry every time you open your mouth there's someone listening, having a negative perception of you of some sort. So it's kind of all kind of psychological, sociological operation that is not in a positive light. So you always worry, constantly worry all the time about who who's watching you, who's listening to you, who's perceiving you, because you're living in an environment where there's a lot of negative thought, being projected in the community, and always someone got different expectation of you left and right, and it's very difficult to live, very difficult, because you can't breathe sometimes, because you live in a culture where controlling is very dominant, and therefore any wrong word and wrong action could be could see if it's taboo, and therefore you are very very cautious and can and how you perceive and carry yourself through your daily life. And therefore it's difficult. Sometimes you feel like screaming, you feel like going away, going to place, and pretty much being alone. Sometimes it's the best greatest joy at all, but you're a person who don't like to be alone. You like to share your idea, share your experience, you like to connect, but sometimes it's hard for you to see the future, because the future to you is never bright. It's always difficult, hard, and challenging. You just want sometimes just want to go to places where people don't know you, and then people who are not somewhere where people always judge, but people with open heart, open mind that you can connect to without being judged. Because lately you're going through a lot of hardship, but in your mind, very depressed, very lonely, and very like carrying everything on your shoulder and what's expected of you, and it's very very difficult sometimes. You just want to be free, free from sickness, free from judgmental, free from being talked behind your back, being put down, because every time you look, people talk about bad about somebody. It's a constantly struggle living in a culture, in a society, that everyone has something negative to say about you, but nothing, no one has anything positive to say about you. And it's like sometimes you left. Like maybe this is the way God punished you to be born in this life into a culture where, well, you can't even move an inch, without someone notice something, and then it's never about positive, but always about negative, always talking negative. And that's what you feel like you go cuckoo sometimes. And that's why you want to be free sometimes from being away from judgmental people, being away from psycho-sociopath who always constantly with the immediate family, extended family, always want to know what's going on in your world, and then after once they know, they always spread gossip that is very negative. It's not beneficial to your emotional health. That's why you feel depressed and also angry at the same time, but yet appreciate at the same time. It's like a mixed feeling coming together, intense feeling. That's why you feel crazy time and also want to go away and be free, but yet reality always hit because you always going to miss your family, always going to miss this, miss that. No matter how much you in the world of depression or even angry sometimes, but your heart can never remove yourself from this environment, from this social culture that create stress in your world, but yet you're afraid that you might miss the stress, miss the sadness, because it's like a bad addiction, addict to something so bad that you want to get away with it, but you can't. And so this is where like you are at in your life. So and you also going through a health struggle. You feel pain inside your stomach, pain in your back, and something all because of the negative comment and negative stress that you receive within your immediate family or an extended family. And it's always never about uplifting. It's more like, oh, you need to do this for me. Oh, can I get this from you? And it's like they constantly put you on the mission that benefit them, no mission that benefit you. So therefore, it's like a pull and pull, and that's why you feel resistant a lot sometimes and angry, but yet you still do it. But in your heart of heart, you just tired sometimes. And at the same time, you wish you were born rich, have lots of money, don't have to worry about drama, because all this negative drama is actually pushing you to the point that you just want to say, forget, you just want to spend time alone, and get away and just leave this world or something. Many times you did contemplate about that, but you realize it's stupid thought. It's not going to solve anything. It's just decided to go ahead, continue living, continue striving because it would be better one day, and hopefully you'll find someone has a good family in the future when you're married or something to be basically have don't have to worry about money, don't have to worry about stress, don't have to worry about always doing something to benefit the extended family, the immediate family, and therefore basically you're tired of being run on different errands and therefore doing different things and yet not being appreciated at the end, and that's why it hurts you sometimes because you need also emotional, mental, spiritual encouragement. And right now you want to focus a lot on peace of mind. You want to focus a lot doing something for the future because without money in this world, you cannot move on. So you I want to do something that help and boost up your money and boost up your saving and boost up the different type, whether it be business, whether it be relationship, but it's got to be beneficial. Otherwise, you cannot live in this world. And you realize that everything that you do now is to find yourself more, trying to discover yourself more. But you feel pain all the time, you feel depressed, and you're also angry with the world because the world right now is so victimized that everyone is like no value to it and you feel hurt about it. Therefore, you want to change the world and mindset, and that's your dream and hope that one day you accomplish that. Um, Without further ado, I conclude the reading of you, Luanda. So, Bartome, the universe, please transform Luanda life into more positive circumstance from this day on for transform our stress into positive energy and multivitamin and magical healing serum that will spread our body and heal her, and please bring her peace of mind, and please remove any negative magic voodoo, any negative spill in around her body and dissolve it completely, and transform all her life from negative to positive from this day on forward. Thank you so much. This concludes the reading, Luyanda, and also um, the reading of Teresa from Finland, and also the reading of Neighborhood Dana. Thank you so much. Until tomorrow, I see you for the next reading of those who requested. Thank you. Bye bye. Okay.